Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are listening. I am Richard Murray, and welcome to my audio thoughts to the women's game in reply to Football Crazy, episode 98. Football Crazy has KL Murray on Twitter as KL Murray, KAYLMURRAY. Kev Egan is on Twitter as Kev Egan, KV_EGAN, and Des Norris is on Twitter as Partido Pooper, PARTIDOPOOPER. I'll never stop laughing at that. Pertinent links are in the transcript in my African American Literary Book Club blog post linked in the description to this video. Before I speak on the show, in women's soccer, it is an interesting media note to hear from Fran Kirby, Chelsea football player, the negative thoughts from others concerning her missed penalty. The problem I have is how the women's game is taking the best from media in the men's game, but eliminating the rest. In the men's game, too many players, coaches, owners are judged unevenly, and that judgment style is accepted as warranted or allowable, even though it is common. The players, coaches, owners in the women's game must change how media interact to the women's game. End the viper pit on failure culture, or at least make it far less prevalent than it is in the men's game. Olympique Lyonnais defeated Chelsea 2-1 and FC Barcelona defeated Bayern Munich 1-0 in the UEFA Champions League semi-finals. Nothing is decided, though the Olympique Lyonnais advantage is far stronger. If OL get one goal in London, it makes the task for Chelsea massive, while Bayern Munich can overcome Barcelona, especially in Bavaria. The Football Crazy segment begins now. Intro. I love the poetry on Speak Like Shakespeare Day that Kay started with. Kev, Des are also together on call for this episode. Um, it was hilarious that Ray Hudson is not interested in seeing photos of 4-month-old James. That's the name of Kev Egan's son, a recent little boy born. Des said James is a lovely addition to humanity, which is a great line. Um, uh, I love little ones. Um, everyone does. I love how in the podcast they recorded Ray Hudson saying, "Don't be putting this out on that internet." That is classic, but yeah, I think it was a really funny introduction. Uh, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Manchester United Football Club segment. Gary Neville said you didn't need to name names, but I think you do, and it's the Glazers. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, excuse me, essentially said the same as Mourinho while Mourinho was coach. Kev is wrong to be stunned by the lacking of the players in Manchester Red, because Mourinho challenged all the same players beforehand, Pogba the most, to be better. They failed individually or collectively. Real Madrid want Pogba though because he is a money vault on a team winning trophies filled with talent. Real Madrid knows the upside of Pogba is worth far more than the negatives now at Manchester United. I agree to Kevin that the workman culture was in the club in Manchester United before, but that culture had two elements. Not just Alex Ferguson, but the player culture has changed today. Modern players are not brewed in the streets as journeymen. They are brewed in academies where they are coddled and groomed in many ways, outside mere ability and mindset. The reality is, unlike in USA-based sports where the New York Knicks, Dallas Cowboys, New York Yankees, all common losers or non-trophy lifters today can be athletically poor and still be the fiscal dominant. Manchester United cannot do this. The international game of soccer requires success to make money. 11 minutes and 1 second. Title wins in France, Italy segment. First, PSG. Paris Saint-Germain in France. Uh, there's a question of heirdom from Mbappe or Neymar to CR7 Messi. And for me, it's very simple. I do not think Mbappe is the heir to CR7 and Messi combined. Mbappe is the heir to the CR7 goal killer throne. Mbappe isn't a midfield maestro. I've said this a million times. He's good, but he's not really a midfielder. He's really a winger. His game is geared to that. It's like CR7. It's not really a midfielder's game. Neymar is the heir to the Messi talisman throne. I saw him when he came on. The first thing he did was get in the middle of everything. That's his place. He really is that center talisman. But I concur to K. The masses, in my opinion, most who are neither functional fans or equal critiquers, you know, will think ill, um, will think greatly to Mbappe, and I think ill to Neymar. But remember, I view alone the masses as neither functional or equal critiquers, equal judgment people. I do agree to Kay, though. Mbappe and Neymar are wise to stay in PSG. For Mbappe, the reasoning is simple. He is French. He is winning, and winning in Spain is not in the modern global media a greater than winning in France. Neymar has already proven to be great at Santos, where he won the Copa Libertadores, leading the team in a way no other player, including Mbappe, led a team at that age in recent times. And he showed he was able to be a great team player coming to PSG, and being, coming to Barcelona, and being a second or third at that age, showing a level of maturity, great maturity that is rare. PSG is a project Neymar needs to finish, you know. Two, Neymar wanting to be a, target for Real Madrid. Well, it's like Pogba. Neymar is a global brand. And to be fair, he's proven himself in a way Bale never did, not just merely as a player, but also as a global brand. So the comparison is false, even though both men are in the same financial bracket. Neymar's true club, though, is Santos. I wish people would stop this thing about clubs. His true club is Santos, not Barcelona, not PSG, and not in these others. Bale is nothing. Bale is nothing, in my opinion, compared to Neymar in terms of accomplishments. I think it's underrated, really, his early years in Brazil. If Santos had Barcelona's money, Robinho and Neymar would have never left, let alone a bunch of other players. Neymar need to win the Copa America and then win all trophies for PSG and then move to AC Milan. Not Real Madrid, none of these other lanes, not EPL, AC Milan. And then win the Copa Libertadores with Santos and win the UEFA Champions League with FC Barcelona, PSG, and AC Milan. Second is Juventus. To me, Juventus under Allegri reached two finals. I think if PSG had reached UEFA Champions League finals, that would have been enough from prior coaches. Anyone can lose a final, but getting there is a true sign. To get to a final proves you know what you are doing and how the team is organized. Allegri has earned another rebuild of the team. 22 minutes and 23 seconds, La Liga segment. Everyone knows who La Hoz is if they watched any La Liga recently, and I won't give him any more time. Getafe had a huge win, but even though they continued to show Sevilla's weakness in the road, the placements for the fourth position is not finished, and will not be finished till the end of season. Adariz and now Molina prove that the development of players is not a matter of age, but of settling into your game. You never stop learning, but when you are able to learn, when you are settled in learning, when you've learned enough and actually have grown, is not something you can gauge or have measured as a matter of, well, you're 18 now. There's no set time when you've matured. It's only when you do mature, no matter the age. Um, would Getafe be willing to make a great affordable summer youth squad if they make the fourth position instead of getting experienced players for depth? I wonder that a lot, you know? If Getafe make fourth in La Liga season's end. Valencia's momentum make them the ones to make the fourth spot for me. Uh, 30th minute, 40th second, Villarreal in the relegated segment. I love K's story on Carzola being fouled by Amera. The Leganes manager told Amera to apologize to Carzola, and Carzola plays for Villarreal. And I love the subsequent story from Kev Egan and a similar, though other ending story on his time in Gaelic football. Please enjoy. Remember, circa 30th minute, 40th second. Um, Celta Vigo, Villarreal, Bilbao, Atletico Bilbao all had a time nearer in the relegation zone. It is not a bad thing that in La Liga, mid-table teams are battled by minnows who stay in the top flight. 34th minute, 13th seconds. MLS segment. Atlanta United is a very young organization. I think every firm needs to go through experiences to learn from them. Books cannot teach you experiences, they can guide you, but only going through it can teach. Atlanta United had a great first season, one of the best in Major League Soccer history, but they are not going through the process of shifting coaches easily. The key in LAFC is that Bob Bradley is probably in it for the long term. And I'm happy for Carlos Vela, one of those players who's not exactly the best in the world, but a very good player and could never really break into a best in the world team. 37th minute and 46 seconds. EPL title race segment. Tottenham Manchester City third match was in the citizens' favor but was another rough match. Maybe familiarity forced the team to play ragged. Manchester United should not be able to stop Manchester City for scoring. I think that City should probably score 6 or 7 past them in all earnest, but we'll see. 41 minutes and 36 seconds. PFA Awards segment. I wish the player awards can occur after the season. If Manchester City win, Sterling. If Liverpool win, Van Dijk. 43rd minute and 20th seconds. Bundesliga segment. The race is still on. It's very compelling between Dortmund and Bayern. Essentially, neither can afford to lose or draw, but one who does gives the other the win for certain. In parallel, in the Turkish Super League, I know that Galatasaray, Galata Palace, my Galata Palace, and Istanbul Başakşehir are only 3 points away from each other. So in Bundesliga, in Germany, or in Turkey, the Super League, there is definitely two good races going on. 43rd minute and 33 seconds, Icardi transfer. The focus on the show is how an organization will handle his agent and his media ways, but for me, the issue to Icardi is the team. Icardi is a goal getter. He isn't someone who connects like Benzema or Suarez. He isn't a warrior like Lewandowski or Mandzukic or Lukaku or Cavani. He isn't a technician like an Aguero or Firmino. He is like Carlos Bacca, one of those players who will score a lot of goals if you give him opportunities, but you have to give it to him, and he will wait for them in his area. So I think the bigger key is, if Inter Milan do move him on, that he guides that movement to a team that need a goal getter, but don't necessarily need another kind of player in the center forward position. When I look at big money or high profile teams, I think Manchester United could use Icardi. A big goal getter, because they haven't had a solid, honest goal getter since Zlatan left. Other big money or high profile teams either have the depth in the center forward position or play a style where they ask from the center forward a style of play not in Icardi's repertoire. Some say Real Madrid, but Icardi is not skilled enough for Real, in my opinion. Yes, Icardi could be the return of a player like Raul for Real Madrid, but is Icardi that kind of warrior? I'm not certain. Icardi is a battler, but to the level of Raul, who can come off the bench and contribute over 100%, I have not seen that from Icardi at times. 44 minutes and 15 seconds. The La Liga top 3 segment. The two Madrid giants are wobbling, and both in need of modulation in the summer. FC Barcelona may have their last great season in the Messi era because Barcelona's pace or movement this season, shows some legs need to be exchanged to give them greater rest. To still more liveliness in them. Morata was clipped by the referee, and I agree that the referee need to be exposed for the misbehavior that players are exposed to cheaply from the media. Good point, K. Murray. Benzema is a great forward who is a team player. I only wish another team player, Willian, was given a similar opportunity. Maybe he will in a sorry-led Chelsea, absent Hazard side others. The power rankings. 10 is PSG's bench, Neymar, Cavani, Di Maria, Buffon, a five-a-side. Kay said you cannot sit with us. 9 is titles with caveats, PSG and Juventus. 8 is a great one, PAOK, P-A-O-K, from Greece. Their first title in 31 years. 7 is the Drake curse being lifted by Olympic Lyonnais through Memphis Depay. I wonder if Memphis Depay can get Drake to smoke a cigar with him. That'd be funny. 6 is Chukwueze, the goal assassin for Villarreal. 5 is Geddes, recently returned to health player who's scoring a lot for Valencia. 4 is the Barcelona backline, Lenglet, Alba, PK. 3 is Liverpool set pieces. I want to say one thing, that Barca backline is going to be tested with Liverpool in a way no other team has tested them, so we'll see what happens. 3 is Liverpool set pieces decided at halftime by Klopp. I love his honesty. 2 is Pepe Bordalas. Getafe will move to Sevilla. He's coaching Getafe, but he'll move to Sevilla. Getafe is currently 4th in La Liga. 1 is the Eastern Rican, Iago Aspas, savior of Celta. Well earned as always. This is for Gabby Amato or K.O. Murray, who I think like the cultural references since today is Speak Like Shakespeare. Here is a formation similar to a famous poem from Three Women. Double, double, hat trick trouble, yellow cards and offside bubble. Whispers in a theater of dreams. May not be for Anfield screams. Who knows how much pep is needed? At least more than a club has seeded. Will it be Sergio or Salah? Or maybe one from Arsenal? Want more nice English troubles? Watch while it boils and bubbles. Double, double, hat trick trouble. Yellow cards and offside bubble. Cool it with the booze and hate. Then the day is worth the wait. And thank you.